today's video is gonna be a story time featuring
her mom, better known as Tanisha Golden Hands. Follow me on Instagram.
Y'all gotta do it. So today's video is gonna be a story time on how I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at the age of 10 years old. So I'm not even gonna hold y'all up with this intro. Make sure you, before we get started with the video, make sure you comment, subscribe, and like my video. And if you're new to my channel, hit that bell and make sure you share my video. So let's get started. So in this video, we're going to be giving two different point of views. My point of view, and of course,
mine. I know best.
Mothers know best. So my point of view is, I was exactly 10 years old. So I went from being real thick. I went from being real thick to super skinny. So I was always
and sorry to interrupt. This was all within a month, and I would say it would be normal for any child to lose weight, but how fast it happened kind of triggered me. But continue.
So I was always feeling tired. Like I could walk up the steps or go down the steps and I'd be tired. I was always thirsty, like real thirsty. Like I could drink a whole bottle of water and a couple seconds later I'd be thirsty. I was extremely hungry no matter how much I ate. And I was urinating a lot. Like we could go from one store to another store and I'd be urinating, and it was just a mess.
So to chime in on what she said, I noticed these signs, but of course as a mother, you're not hungry all the time. I know you're not hungry. You just ate. You just drank. But Google can be your best friend or your worst. But I saw some of the symptoms and I decided to Google them, and I had already known, like in my heart, that it was a possibility, but I wanted to make sure. Of course it said a whole lot of stuff, but one of the top answers was diabetes. Now there's two types of diabetes, and we had to learn that the hard way. So
yes, because it's type 1, which is me, which is insulin dependent, and then it's type 2, which comes from being overweight or not eating healthy. So back to the story. Like I was saying, I was overweight and stuff, and then I dropped weight, and she scheduled me a doctor's appointment. So it was like early in the morning. I guess it was like 9:30 in the morning. I don't even wake up that time. Like, really? But my doctor's appointment was early in the morning, so when we got there, they checked us, they weighed me and everything. So they made me do another urine test. So when they did the urine test, the doctors came back with the results. So they told us, like, y'all need to get her to the emergency room, like, right away. Like, don't stop no way, just go straight to the emergency room. So I'm just looking like,
what's going on? So at that point in time, as a mother, I was highly upset. I was just concerned because at that time her blood sugar was over 500, and for those who don't know, a normal blood sugar is around 100. So 500 was definitely out of control. The doctor came in and they said, well, hey, you know what this means? And I said, yeah, she's a diabetic. So they say, yeah, she's a diabetic. We need you to get to the emergency room right now. We're not going to give her any insulin. At the time, we didn't know what insulin was. We didn't know anything. Of course, we heard of diabetes before, but never to the extent of this, or just feeling like, this is my child. This is my baby. So I was like, I got to do something to calm her down because she was so upset. So before we went there to the hospital, we had to go home and
pack my spend a night bag.
Yeah, this is spend a night bag for a couple days.
Yes,
not the typical spend a night you thought. And then we
talking
stopped
almost a month in the hospital.
So back and forth like a month, but really had to stay approximately a week and a half in the ICU just to get her sugar under control, because by being out of control for so long, she could have went into a diabetic coma and died. So the doctor just wanted us to get there as fast, but this is my baby, so I wanted to make sure she was comfortable. I went and got her pajamas and stopped and got you a book from...
She got me a book from Barnes & Noble. If y'all know it, Janie B. Jones, that book was helpful at the time.
So this is my oldest. my oldest child, and I was just very, very uneducated about diabetes, not sure what to expect, and I just wanted to calm her down and make her as comfortable as possible. So we went home, we packed the bag, got the book to Barnes & Noble, we went to Johns Hopkins Hospital. Shout out to their team who took excellent care of her.
Just cause y'all help a lot. I got a necklace and bracelet kit. I got a teddy bear.
You had your own room.
I had my own room. I had a PlayStation.
So they were really, really helpful with calming us down, informing us of everything. It's taking us through the steps of what would happen. So they admitted her. We stayed there. It was a team that came together, and they basically let us know that this is something for the rest of her life. Unlike type 2 diabetes, most people aren't insulin dependent. They may take a pill where they can manage their sugar by eating different things, or eating different things to keep their blood sugar low, taking a pill to kind of manage it, or if they lose weight. Unlike her, we didn't know that for many years she had been experiencing these symptoms, and basically her body didn't have any insulin to break down the food, produce energy, so that's why she wasn't getting any rest like that. She was tired, but she couldn't rest. Her heart rate would be elevated. She would have to urinate a lot because her body was trying to flush a lot of the sugar out, because if it stays in, it could damage your liver, your kidneys,
eyesight, getting limbs cut off.
You can lose a lot of limbs.
Lose your fingernails, toenails.
Yes. No, we can't have that. She's beautiful. We cannot have that. So they let us know that she would be insulin dependent, meaning for every time that she eats a meal,
you gotta take insulin. And if you know me, you know I eat a lot. Snack a lot, eat a lot, drink a lot.
Unless it's under 17 carbs. So we had to learn how to carb count. We had to learn how to meal prep. We had to weigh her food. This was just a complete life change. And a matter of one day. So we went there with the thought that maybe they would tell us something that we can do at home, but this was just life-changing. So she had insulin. They prescribed her insulin. She has a meter to test her sugar. So what do you have?
Test strips, ketone strips.
So ketone strips, you basically, when she's feeling a little ill, she may have an elevated blood sugar, which causes ketones to enter her urine. And that is a sign that she needs insulin immediately. So it's kind of tricky because you can't have too low blood sugar and you can't have too high. So if it's too low, she could pass out. If it's too high, it can damage her organs. So it's kind of like keeping a middle, although her sugar may not never be perfect, we just want to manage it. So getting all of this information, it changed our lives.
Because there has been times where it has been perfect.
It has been perfect, which had us thinking that maybe she wasn't a diabetic. Maybe this wasn't true. But
that was the honeymoon phase.
It's called the honeymoon phase. So sometimes your
blood sugars are completely regular.
And that's a sign that the rest of your function in your
body,
the rest of is basically coming to an end. So by her not being treated for so long, it was slowly coming to a point where her body just couldn't manage it on its own. She needed the insulin to live. So they let us know if she continued to not take the insulin, it could cause her to pass out, could cause, like we said, kidney failure, and even death. So we made the decision, like, we need to act fast and we need these things immediately. So the doctor, the team, and I, we decided to go on this journey and really get her taken care of immediately.
Yes, because my nurses, they were so nice. Like, it's been times where I didn't even want to eat the hospital food. Like, ew. So the hospital that I was staying in, it had a couple restaurants in the bottom of the hospital. So what I would do is we would get out of bed and we would carry all my medicine and everything downstairs with me. And we had Subway. I had a salad from Subway and something to drink. And Mom, she just been extremely helpful because she stayed with me for extremely a long time and she didn't get no sleep. And
I could not leave her. I absolutely could not leave her, and I did not want to leave her side because it's scary for someone that young. And then there was so much information they wanted me to have in order to be able to take care of her. I was not allowed to leave. They actually gave me like a little test in the end, letting me know if I had everything down correctly, because this is a serious matter. You can give her too much insulin, which will cause her blood sugar to drop, and again, that's very, very dangerous. So they wanted to make sure that I had all of the equipment. I felt like I had the support to be able to take care of her, and also that she was comfortable, because this is something that, again, she'll have to do for the rest of her life if there isn't a cure, which they are working on that, and we're going to shout them out.
We need that cure immediately.
We need the cure, because there's so many children that are suffering from this. Some are born with it immediately. You have babies that have to get insulin and they're just born. You have children that find out later on, and it's basically an immune disorder. So it affects her when she can get a common cold, and it affects her differently than it does other people. So
I'll be sick for longer than anybody else would. Or like, I'll just look completely flushed out, dead in the face, everything. And then it take longer for me to recover.
Yes, even getting a cut. A normal cut could heal for somebody else maybe in a couple days. For her, it may take a month. So we just are very, very careful with all of that stuff. This is hard for her siblings as well. They are so used to her being upbeat and just fun and outgoing. So to come home and have all of this, and have to explain it to them that she's just a little different now, and we just have to take care of her a lot differently. Some of the things that we were eating, we cut back on. Of course, they let us know that she can have anything she wants as long as it's in moderation, and that she just makes healthier choices, which we all should be doing anyway. Everybody should be trying to eat healthier. It's hard. It's hard.
Very hard.
Crafty crabs.
Yes,
y'all know how y'all know she like to eat. So I just try to not take all of that from her, but let her know that she's just a little different than everybody else. So
shout out to the family, because I know y'all came and seen me. Y'all bought me gifts. Y'all supported me. Y'all loved me.
You had a clown that came.
I had a clown. They were dancing in my room.
She had
It was 2 clowns.
They were very entertaining. They were the children's department at Johns Hopkins Hospital is excellent. They are some of the best hospitals all over the world, but Johns Hopkins Hospital is definitely
supportive
us
and understanding.
They are very understanding that this is still an ongoing struggle, and we don't want to talk too much, but we definitely want y'all to understand this is not something that's contagious. This is not something that she asked to happen. This is not something that is really out of her control. All she can do is manage it the best she can. It affects your mood.
Definitely. My energy level.
Yes. If she does not eat, it affects her a lot differently than anybody else. It's almost like a raging beast. It's trying to come out. So.
Or when I'm thirsty. That thirsty, oh my gosh.
That's a different type of beast. So she's always drinking water, which is a healthy choice. Like we said, if it's anything over 17 grams, she definitely needs to get a shot of insulin. She takes insulin in her stomach,
arms,
thighs,
upper buttocks.
So all of those sites, and she just has to make sure that she changes all of the sites regularly so that she doesn't get infection or that she doesn't have any bruising of the skin. And then they had some new things that it's a meter that attaches to you.
It's called Dexcom. It sticks on your stomach, and you can control your blood sugar from your phone.
They need to sponsor. Reach out to my baby.
Dexcom. Yes, because that is so much better. Like, I be checking my sugar from my phone. I don't even have to test my sugar anymore. I just open the app on my phone. It shows me my blood sugar, and I move about my day.
And it helps me be a little bit more confident because I can see her blood sugars as well, just so that I'm not calling her. It gives her more freedom. I can just check and say, hey, shoot her a text. She might need to take some insulin or just monitor it on the back end. Because, of course, by her being a normal teen, she likes to party. She likes to go out with her friends. And, of course, you don't want to always check your sugar, pricking your fingers and doing all of that in front of your friends. So, shout out to all her close friends that know about this, that have supported her and reminded her to take care of herself.
And never treated me differently from y'all. Like,
Yes, we really appreciate y'all because some people have, and you know,
the comments we was receiving.
Yeah,
it was just.
This really was a hard point in time in life, and she's so strong. She's so strong to even be able to deal with this and not let it overcome her. She's fighting this, and she's doing excellent. But a lot of people have tried to hurt her feelings. A lot of people have said things. She's lost some friends, and like I told her, if they were really, really good friends to you, they would still be around. The ones that are around, though, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Shout out. You know who you
love
are.
Y'all.
So, this is just an ongoing fight,
and we only gonna get better at it.
Definitely. We're taking this
because we support JDRF, Junior Diabetes Research Foundation.
Okay.
Make sure y'all go donate for our cure.
Please, and they have a walk. So anybody that may want to do the walk, that help fight the cure, come up with a cure for it, please do so. You know, this is something that it can happen to anyone. Like I said, there's two types. Type 1 and type 2.
We have our camp. We
Definitely.
got our own camp.
Definitely. So that's something she'll be mentoring at, and something she'll be talking to, because like younger children who are afraid like she was. And actually, to go back, when she was admitted in the hospital, there was a young man who was in the next room from her that was in a diabetic coma. And I don't know his name, but I hope that his family is okay. That was very, very scary for me to see. And then to just go and see her in that state and to think that this is my baby. So we just always wanted to make sure that we do everything
that
to
we
make
can.
Definitely.
And I had another friend. Remember, we used to play together, and we used to read our books together in a reading room.
So I think one of the other things that are a little difficult too, you don't know many children that
I don't. So if you're a diabetic, I support you. Like, make sure you text me. We friends now. We friends.
Gotta stick together. You gotta have a support system. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to reach out. There's more people with the disease than they are, and like I say, this isn't contagious, so you can be friends with somebody who has diabetes, and y'all can make y'all group chats and messages.
Mingle. We could share our low carb snacks together.
Girl, you know you did not share no snacks, but it was cute. That was a good idea.
We could share low carb snacks.
You can trade off. That'll be cool. I like that idea. So, is there anything else you want to add?
I will be mentoring the program, like she said, this summer. So if you're a diabetic and you see me, don't be afraid to speak.
And don't be afraid to ask questions. You know, sometimes she may not want to answer them, but we got this YouTube. Drop your questions below.
Down here.
And if you DM them to her, comment.
Even email them.
Definitely.
Email. I'll put my email in the description below.
If you don't know something about it, definitely educate yourself, because again, there's so many people that are dealing with this and don't know how to approach it. There's so many friends that don't know how to be supportive. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to educate yourself. Don't be afraid to just be supportive to someone else. Don't be cruel. Don't be mean, because you just never know what somebody else is dealing with. She was dealing with this and chose not to tell a lot of people in the beginning, but now we're opening up.
I didn't even decide to tell anybody into my 11th grade year, which is now. Like, I found that boost of self-esteem that I didn't even have in the beginning. So I want to help somebody else by giving you my advice and letting you know that it will be okay. Like, I know it's going to be hard, but it's going to get better. We can love each other. Just lean on me.
So, are you going to conclude the video?
This has been the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to my channel, hit that bell at the top of the corner and share my video all around. Let's get this message out to everybody. And this has been a wrap.